Hello everybody. Say goodbye to the cafe. Going away now. Hello everyone. What do you do? I am super excited, but also very nervous as usual. Hello everybody. Penny's here. This is just some cables so you can see me better. Hello everybody. Hello my Cosme Roaches. Hello everybody new. Hello everybody who's been here a long time. Are you ready to play some DND? I hope the music's not too loud. Hope everyone's been having a good day and it's not been too difficult for any of you. Thank you so much for dropping by, Plus, and study hard, okay? We'll miss having adventures without you. But if you do want to drop by and just vote in a poll, please feel free to. Hello everyone, is everybody doing alright? I am... I'm a bit tired because there's been some construction going around. A lot of people very busy in the apocalypse. A lot of construction happening around here, especially early in the morning. So I'm a little bit tired because I couldn't get a very good night's sleep last night. But I'm super excited to be here with all of you. I'm super excited because we're gonna play more D&D today. And we're going to hope that it is less scuffed than the last time. For those of you who haven't played D&D with us before, there is a video on my red button video platform, talking all about what happened the last time. Oh, good night, Spacey. Hope your headache gets better. Please, yes, go and rest. Anybody who needs a rest, please go and rest today. We'll trudge on bravely, and I'll edit everything into a very long video afterwards to let everybody know what happened. So before we actually get into it, because I always start the stream off with a little bit of chatting, so I will get into the D&D. I just wanted to chat with all of you a little bit, find out how everybody is doing, and if everyone is doing alright. How's your day been going? All of that. And I... Hello, Nova. And I also wanted to make a little... not really an announcement. A little PSA. Because I am gonna take VTubing a lot more seriously. I am taking it a lot more seriously already, I promise. Oh, good luck in class, Nova. Thank you so much for dropping by. So, because I am going to be taking VTubing a bit more seriously, and I'm going to be doing a lot more things VTubing and probably meeting more people in the VTubing space, fingers crossed. I wanted to say to all of the people that know Tenny, and this is for all the people that actually have met me before and know me in real life, to break the veil a bit. I appreciate everybody's support. I appreciate everybody coming down the streams. I appreciate everyone being so extra friendly to me and supporting me here. But because I'm gonna take VTubing a bit more seriously, I would appreciate if those that know me outside of the streams would refrain from asking me or talking about me streaming outside. In part because I want to protect my identity a bit more. Everybody who needs to know already knows. And because I'll just be honest, I get really socially anxious when it's brought up. I love talking about it, but also a part of me is just super anxious when it's brought up, and I I don't want it to happen anymore. It's not it's not anything against anyone, I promise. I really do enjoy everybody's support. It's just that in real life, I think I want to keep everything super separate so that I can concentrate on other things more easily. And people will know that in outside of streams, I am different. I do act different. You act different with different people. So yeah, I would appreciate if we don't talk about 10A streaming outside of 10A streams. I'll speak to everybody that is not here as well. But thank you so much for that. Aside from all that, okay, bye Nova. Aside from all of that, let's get back a little bit into D&D. So, our last session, for everybody who is new here. Actually, before that, safety rules. Remember, everyone be nice. We're not gonna do anything super deep. You can punch, you can kick, you can hurt all the enemies you want, but don't be don't cross any line. Don't get too violent, don't get too in the other direction. We're all here to have a fun time, and it's a safe space. And Tenny holds right to remove anybody who's making it not a safe space. If anyone has any phobias, or if anybody sees anything that they don't like happening in the D&D chat, feel free to let me know. I will be very aware of it, and feel free to step away from the stream for a while if you need it. Okay? And it understands, and it doesn't want you to be in an uncomfortable position, so please take care of yourself. Now, where were we in our last D&D session? We started off with our wizard turtle that we have been calling Tychmycin for the time being. And our wizard turtle has been lost in a magical, mystical world that they don't remember how they got there. They don't know why all of their minds are fractured. They have no idea what's going on. So they wandered the land for quite a while, until they came across a little tavern where they met a mysterious man who gave them a ticket to the ivory tower and told them that their greatest, deepest desires lie at the top of the tower. I believe Chat decided that their greatest and deepest desire was to be able to pat Tenny again. So I'm going to disable the pat pats as always, so that you can't pat me during this stream. Not until you reach the top of the ivory tower, alright? So that's the same. Just the same. You can try, you can put in the command, you can check the redeem. It's not going to happen. You're not gonna be able to pat Tenny at all. As always, chat, actions will be decided by poll. If you all can't decide an action, or if we hit a tie, then your character will just not do anything and the world is going to progress on without you, alright? I think that's all the rules. I'm gonna choke. There we go. Let's properly. Let's go this layout. This layout's better. I'm gonna move my goals. I'm gonna move the goalpost up here. Alright, chat. Still readjusting everything. Oh, hi Nabe. Thank you so much for dropping by. I'm so sorry that everyone is so busy. Maybe I should move D&D streams to a different date so that it's easier for people. Maybe a weekend would be better. You can let me know, chat, and then I'll consider moving it to a weekend so that more people can come and join in around D&D. Does that sound like a good idea? Everything is alright and everything is ready. So, we met an adventurer called Bob for last playthrough. There he is, there's Bob. Hey Bob. Bob. And we also adopted a very lovely little black cat I've been calling Black. And of course, as we ascended the tower, we came across our first difficulty, which was a bunch of goblins all just peacefully eating their lunch. And Chat, being Chat, decided that they had to blast them. So we blasted them and we started a whole fight. And from what I remember, Chat did wonderfully. Nobody nearly died. No death saving throws were made. We didn't nearly lose our cat. And nobody fell in love with Bob. So Chat, you are now in the Goblin's room, or the former Goblin's room. This is the first official floor of the tower. All the goblins lay dead around you. In the corner of the room, the portal magically sprung to life. Glows in and out. Focus. And you know that it will lead you over to the next floor. What would my lovely Cosme Roaches actually like to do? Remember, you can shout any suggestion at all in chat, and I will put it into a poll and we can vote. If you want to just leave the room, you can just leave the room. If you want to do anything else besides leaving the room, please let me know. I'm gonna go and get the poll up. Suggestions, please sound them off in chat. What would you like to do? Nine. Ooh, one of your voices says they want to search for loot. Let's go a bit more. You do now, chat. Someone wants to search for loot. Of course, you could always leave the room. You could check on your companions as well. You know, they're quite jerk, except Bob. Bob is doing great. Bob is absolutely amazing. Nobody has hurt Bob at all. Let me help you with chat by making it a little bit more specific. Instead of just searching for loot, you could search the goblin, or you could search the room. What else could we do? Give me one more suggestion. Anybody in chat, give me one more suggestion. No, I'll come up with something on my own, and maybe you guys won't like that. Alright. I'm gonna start the poll. As always, you can type the number in chat to see which wins, to vote for your favorite option. And also, since we just started, you tell me, you guys like having D&D streams at this timing? Or do you guys want me to move it over to a weekend? Or to start it earlier, or to start it later on? I know a lot of people able to accommodate Do let Tene know if you would like to move the streams to the... Alright? So that we can get more lovely people coming to play. Okay, I think we've come to a consensus. Everybody wants to search the gobbles. So alright, I'm going to end the poll and we're gonna search the goblins. And to figure out what you find, chat, I am going... But firstly, I'm gonna open... I don't have... Then... Table properly set up. Loot tables, very, very important because they're all the treasure, the treasures that... I should have said this before the stream. I was too excited. I was too excited to come play with everybody. Okay. Where's my table? Where's my loot table? Ah, there it is. Sorry, chat. Too long. So, guys, can we loot the bodies while cuddling the cat and petting it? No, because you only chose one. So, cat, we're gonna see what you found. Doing that, I'm gonna roll the dice. Roll the dice. And then... Oh my stars! It's 100! If you don't know how to read D100s, double zeros means it's 100. You get 100. 100 what? Let's find out. How wonderful. Ah. So, my lovely chat. You search the bodies of the goblins. They're regular goblins, more or less. Small, hunched-over creatures with sickly green skin, clad in loincloth. Upon them, managed to find few scraps of metal. You know, few pieces that probably once were copper coins, but now have been chewed and dented so badly, and some of them burnt from your fireballs, that they aren't much use. But on one of the goblins, find a mysterious mask. It's bronze colored, and even though you have a very unusual face, because you're a turtle, chat, so you have like a beak, when you lift the mask up to your face, it seems to almost perfectly meld against your features. And when you open your mouth to speak, you find your voice hushed to a whisper. When you take off the mask, your voice returns to normal volume. But whenever you put it on, you find yourself reduced to whispering. It's a very strange mask, isn't it, chat? Let me add it to your loot. Now, you could I'll give you some options. Again, you could leave the room once more, venture on to the next floor, see what's in store for you there. You could examine the mask further, try to discern what secrets it might be hiding. You could eat goblin dinner. You could eat the goblin's dinner. You could check out the little pot, see what they were cooking, maybe eat something off there. You could rest and try to recover a bit of health. But chat, when you do rest, things around you, you know, they tend to shift and change and move. Time is ever flowing. Or you could do something else entirely and you just let me know. I'm gonna get the pop-up. Always leave for the other floor. You can't forget you can pet your cat again. Good rest. To check out the goblin pot. Try to decipher the mouse. Or let's see, what else has chat suggested? Do we turn green while wearing that mask? No, you did not turn green because you're already green. You're a turtle. You already are green. You can't turn much greener. Any other suggestions before I put the poll up, chat? You could also talk to Bob. See what he has to say. No more suggestions. I'm gonna put up in that poll to activate. Force the mask onto Bob. Ooh. Okay. You know what? I just saw that. I'm going to add that to the poll. Alright. Okay. So all the things you can do. You can force the mask onto Bob if you like. I don't know if he'll be happy about it, but you know, you never know until you try. I'm so excited to play chat again. You're all really funny. I always have the best time role-playing with all of you. A little bit sad that so many people are busy. I'm not sad because of that. I'm sad that they get to miss out on this experience. And I really want to play with everyone. So, you know, again, let me know. Really let me know. Timing so that it's easier for everyone to play. Oh, actually, he put this stream in avatar. Of the Discord. I should have done all this before the stream. I came home, but I'm gonna take a little rest first. Just gonna start the stream straight away. Very, very little. You know what? Okay, that's that. Where I need to advertise like a proper. Alright. Have our consensus on the poll. So, you turn over to Bob. Our poor lovely barbarian who saved you from death. Turn over to Bob and without a single word, you just force the mask onto his face. Bob, of course, he's kind of taken aback. He looks at you and he says, What are you doing? And then he sort of shifts back a bit as you reach up and you push the mask onto his face. And you see, firstly, you have to stretch all the way up to reach him because it's super, super tall. But because Bob is really, really nice, he leans down to listen to you anyway, and that's when you strike. You push the golden mask onto his face. You see it kind of melts with his features before he stands up straight, and then you see his more because he's so tall. Then you hear Bob speak very quietly in a whisper. Why did you do that? And Bob sort of looks down. He's quite taken. You made Bob's voice soft. Do you not like listening to Bob? The gentle giant asks. It appears that he's a little bit sad because now he can only speak in whispers, and he thinks maybe you did it because you didn't want to hear him speak. It's okay, friend. A lot of people are scared by Bob's voice. Bob understands. He sort of, with his mask, thinking that you don't want to hear him speak. He's just gonna go off into the corner for a little bit until everybody is ready to move on to the next floor. And the whispering mask has gone with him. Whispering mask on Bob. Well, I hope you do make it up to him. I don't think he's really done anything except... Okay. The whispering. Bob can now only speak in whispers. Bob can't shout, so he has +1 stealth. That's not how stealth works. That's not how stealth works. Now small animals will like you more, Bob. Oh, so you did this so you could help Bob, so that he could speak to small animals. But he's a bit sad now. He doesn't know that, so he's just gone off the corner and he's gonna be by himself for a little bit. And you know what? I think your kitty Black, is also going to just very, very quietly make its way towards Bob. As I think he can. So Kitty Black can sense that Bob a little bit sad. Bob, you're gonna be left alone in the corner for a little bit. Alright, chat, what would you like to do now? As always, leaving the floor is an option. Taking suggestions from chat as always. If you guys have any more suggestions, I'm gonna say we just leave the floor, okay? And then we'll move on to the next thing, and well, we'll see what happens. Going once, going twice. and leave the floor. Alright, everyone, so eventually you regroup over to Bob. You see Bob and Kitty Black are all together. They're sort of just staying by near each other, not really doing much. The cat is there. Bob seems comforted by the cat's presence, but he is also a little bit too afraid to come over in case he accidentally a little kid. So then all three of you decide that you've had enough of this floor. Time to move on. You're all going to just move around the tables and you're going to step into the light. This bright light is going to engulf you. But you guys know this is just the entrance to the next floor. So as you step into this light, you feel your particles all rearrange. Then find yourself hearing next floor. And I'm just going to add in that Bob can't character sheet on. Also chat, I've changed Magic Missile so it's only once per stream because it was too dangerous. It was just too much. But yes, all of you appear in the next floor. In this floor, you see in front of you, there's this huge door. Or rather a gate, because the door here seems to be locked. Okay, there's this huge door over here at the back of the room. Of course, there's the walls. There's a little portal here that will take you back down to the other floor if you so choose to. And you also see that there are cupboards. Just cupboards all at the corners of the room. Aside from that, yes, your magic missile got nerfed. Aside from that, in front of you, in front of the door that seems to be gated shut, there are 3 pedestals. On these 3 pedestals, there's carved a number 2, 5, and 0. Those are the 3 numbers. Bob looks at the room and he sort of scratches his head and he whispers because he can no longer speak normally. What do we do here, friend? What would Chat like to do? Yes, what would everybody like? This is a puzzle, right? You can't fight your way through this. Well, you can try. You could try punching the door, the gate, of course. You could bash your fists against the walls. I wouldn't advise it because you are not that strong. You know what's Chat want to do? What's Chat going to do? I didn't find where I've left all your stats. I don't remember where all your stats are, but it's okay. I do remember what your modifier. Because I'm a good DM. A good DM, I remember what your modifiers are. Even though I can't remember the stats. Fine. And I'm also gonna look at my notes. Laugh evilly in the background. Because I'll be honest, I'm really proud of this puzzle that I came up with. I don't know if you're gonna solve it super easy. examine the numbers. Okay, you want to examine the numbers? Any more suggestions, chat? Any more suggestions? You can, if you, even though you already suggested something, you can throw out more suggestions. You can tell me what else you want to do besides examine the numbers. Of course, as always, you can pet your kitty black. You could ask Bob for some help. If Bob knows anything. Ask Bob for help. Okay, those are all the suggestions. All the suggestions I see. What could be done here? What could be done here indeed? Indeed, you know, a part of me won't be surprised if we end up doing all the rest of the 2 hours in this room. Yeah, I won't be surprised if we end up doing 2 hours. Because I don't know if I made it too difficult. Or it could be really easy. What if chat's just super smart and I don't know it yet? Chat super smart. Chat just solves this. What do I do then? Oh, I'm trying to check something in chat. Okay, checked. To examine the numbers. Okay, I think chat has spoken. So it shall be done. So chat, you move over to try and examine the numbers. Bring you over. Make your way over to the 3 pedestals and you examine the numbers then. They're stone pedestals. Empty, of course, there's nothing on top of them. The only thing that is carved into them are these numbers. And as you examine the numbers, you don't see much. They seem to be just chiseled into the wood normally. I will give you a little something though. I'm not so mean. And I'm gonna roll a d20. I'm gonna say anything above a 15, and you might notice something extra. Alright? You don't know anything extra. You type 2 into chat and thus 2 is your number. You don't know anything else about the stone. You only see that there are numbers carved on top of it. They're just normal numbers. It's just 2, 5, and 0. The dice also voted 2, yes. So, what would you like to do now, chat? I'll give you some suggestions as well. You could sit on the pedestals. You could ask Bob again for help. You could pet your cat. You could search the cupboards. You could... I'm just thinking of every single thing that you could possibly do under the sun. Please leave me suggestions as well. I'm not gonna give you everything. And while you guys are deciding on what you... Bob is just going off. Look around the room. Bob's not very smart. He's a well-meaning person, but he's not very smart. So he's just around the room and, you know, explore a little bit. And you can see that he sort of, every once in a while, he turns and looks over to you, and it seems like he's saying something. But then you remember that he has the mask on, so he's whispering, so you don't hear what he's saying. The voices want to ask Bob for help. To search the cupboards. Well, see what you could find, possibly. There's a lot of things you can find. Or maybe there's nothing at all. Who knows? $24. I think we're pretty set unless anybody else wants to leap in and vote as well. But I think it's fine. I think we've reached. Okay then. So, you've decided to ask Bob for help. So, of course, you walk over to Bob. And what do you say to him, chat? Say to Bob, the barbarian. I'm gonna assume you can let me know. You can let me know in chat what you said to him. If not, I will assume you just ask him, what should we do? And Bob, he kind of scratches his head a little and he looks at you and he says, in a whisper, of course, Bob doesn't know. Maybe we're supposed to put something on the stones. Maybe we can put our cat, your cat on the stone. Is what Bob says. Bob is very confused. But he does suggest maybe we can put black on the stone pedestals. Because you know, in his hometown, Bob, you look so beautiful in that mask even more than before. Bob blushes. Bob blushes. He's very flustered. He's really shy about it. He just nods a little and he says, do you think now with the mask and being quiet, all the tiny animals will... Bob cares a lot about the tiny animal. Wants just to be a friend to all of them. He doesn't want them to be afraid of him. Or Bob. So chat, what would you like to do now? Bob, you can throw me suggestions while I talk a little bit about how Bob does tell you a story about how in his hometown they would have a little celebration where they would put the cutest animals in the village on a little stone pedestal in the middle of their tiny village, and they would just throw them treats and celebrate them. But Bob, you know, Bob could never ever go close to those pedestals where all the tiny cute animals were because he would scare them off. He would just, the moment his shadow fell on the animals, they would all run away frightened. So the villagers told Bob that, no, you can't come to the festival anymore. You always scare the animals when we're trying to celebrate them. So just stay at home, Bob. You know, you do better work at home. Just stay at home. So every festival since Bob stayed at home, and he's just, every time the festival is on, he stays at home and he just looks out the window, and he looks out the roof because he's that tall, sticks his head out of the roof, stares at all the animals and the little decorations, and he just stays at home. He just stays at home all by himself. That's how Bob passes his time. And you found out a little bit more about Bob. Ivan wants to search in the pedestals again. Search the cupboards, I mean. You could take Bob's suggestion, put black on the pillar. What other suggestions? Okay, I'm gonna put out these three. Bob's just chilling. Bob's having a good time. I'm eating a lot of mint. Too much mint. Okay, y'all want to search the cupboards. So now, I will pose to you a different sort of question. It's a really chill game of D&D. It's really fun. So, there are several cupboards in the room. Cupboard 1, 2, 3, and 4. Which one would you like to search first? What does detect magic do? It detects magic. You could do that as well. Shall I add that to the poll? Search the cupboards. Or you could try and detect magic on them. One vote for... 2 votes. 2 votes for detecting magic. So, my dear chat. You are a wizardly turtle who, for some reason, has a lot of power. Probably not a good idea to give you so much power, but you have power. Hello, can I call you Goody? Hello Goody, welcome to chat. I am Tene, your post-apocalypse alien storyteller who loves D&D and all things soft and cuddly. Welcome to our D&D session. Have fun playing with us. So Goody, a poll ended, but you know what? You're just in time to also detect magic. So, chat, you as a turtle have been given too much power. For some reason, you know magic, of which I regret that you know. But you stand there in the room. In fact, you move over to the middle of the room. Lagging. Never mind. You move over to the middle of the room and you take a very, very deep breath as you attune yourself with the weave. The weave in D&D is where all magic comes from. It's like a piece of cloth that flows over everything. And there's magic in this room. As you close your eyes, feel this protective energy surrounding the door. It sort of sparkles. Sparkling. Door is sparkling. like a rainbow magic. In fact, you can see that this magic here, let me give you a better brush so that you can see it a bit. This magic that surrounds the door, right, and seems to protect it from being opened. You can feel it like a circuit. It is connected to each of the pedestals. More importantly, you sense a similar magic in 4, 2, and 1. Sense that there is a similar kind of magic that seems to flow over these 3 areas. Almost like whatever being that left the magic at the door has also touched these 3 areas. Number 3, you don't feel any magic at all. What would you like to do? I will ask you the cupboards question again. That was what you were doing before. So I will start the poll as always. And also welcome on you as well. You got the power, indeed you do. You did. You have strange mystical power. For those who are new, you can vote in chat. So you can vote on the numbers here in chat, and it will show up in this poll, this magical poll that is next to 10A, and you'll decide what your character does, because you're all controlling this turtle, and he or they are having a hard time making a decision on their own. Goody says, so the one who touched the pedestal touched those cupboards, yeah? Well, the magic has touched those cupboards. A little bit of a split going on. Everybody wants to look in 4. Everybody else wants to look in 3. Ooh. I think that's all that we have for that. So very well, my dear chat. And let me just get the right music for this. There we go. So chat, I've decided that you want to look into the cupboard that magic hasn't touched. Bob, of course, he stands by. He accepts it. He doesn't know what's going on, so he's gonna trust whatever you say. Make your way over to cupboard number 3. It looks like a regular cupboard. The doors aren't locked at all. You reach out. You put your hands through the handles, and you slowly open it, and it creaks open. It is dark. It is deeper than you imagined, actually. You peer into the darkness, trying to discern what you might find in the cupboard. And as you lean in closer, you see 2 bright eyes staring back at you. And then, chat, all of a sudden, you hear the cry, the chitter, in fact, of a monkey. Let me make sure the music's not too loud. You hear the chitterous cry of a monkey. And, oops. Uh-oh, I have not opened the right tab. Give a second. I know what I need to bring up. Yes, here we are. Gonna wait a sec for it to load. But you hear the chitters cry out. I can't make monkey noises. Out from the cupboard jumps a mischievous little monkey. And it shows its butt towards you. Hello Julian, welcome to the stream. We are playing DND today. If you like, you can join us over on Twitch in the link, and you can vote on the options as well in chat. But chat has just opened the cupboard, a mysterious cupboard, and they have found within this cupboard a mysterious little monkey jumps out. And it sticks its tongue out at you, and it goes nyeh, nyeh. And it shows its little butt towards you, and it wiggles its tail. Hello Rise, welcome to the chat. The monkey looks a little kind of sus. Well, the monkey sort of like jumps around the room, and then it goes back in the cupboard, and it just sort of stays in the cupboard and continues to stick its tongue out at you. And you can see that past it, as your eyes adjust to the darkness, through the cupboard, you see that there's almost like a tunnel that seems to run through the back of the cupboard, all the way down. The monkey probably came up from somewhere below. And it's just having a really fun time. Oops. And of course, your little cat, your pet cat, which cat has managed to get, it's gonna come over and it's going to sort of sniff at the monkey. It doesn't really like the monkey. What would you like to do now, chat? Hello everyone. So nice to see all of you here. Yes, the monkey, or you can sense that the monkey's name is Chimpanzee. Please go check them out if you do have the time. Just shout them out over. Yes. So, chat, what would you like to do? But you have found this cupboard, and inside is the monkey. Definitely a stinky monkey. I should say, to break the fourth wall just a little bit, Chimpanzee, my dear streaming friend Chimpanzee, he was really very sad when nobody in chat chose him the last time. Ooh, I have an ad coming. Hold tight, people, there's an ad coming for someone. Can I spray water at him? You certainly can. Let me... Yes, there's an ad starting soon, in case anyone is not aware. I know I put up the little ad starting soon thing. I'm still new to it, so apologies if it doesn't show up properly. But yes, so I've seen the suggestion in the chat. So one suggestion is to spray water at the monkey. What else would you like to do? Hello, Julian. Monkey Julian. Just in time. What would you... Can Chimpanzee communicate with us? So you want to try and talk to the monkey? Talk to monkey? Anything else? You could also open the other cupboards. Okay, I think that's... I know there's an ad going on. I'm gonna wait a little bit until the ad is done so that we can get everybody back. It'll only take 5 seconds. Any other suggestions about what we should do with monkey? Or you can ignore the monkey entirely. And I'll let Chimpanzee know, and Chimpanzee will be... Does chat play? Yes, yes, of course. Chat is playing. Welcome to chat, Monkey Julian. You are playing D&D with us right now. A very simplified form of D&D, but D&D nonetheless. I am, for those of you who just came, I am your nervous dungeon master, Tenny. and I'll be guiding you through. Oh, you want to tame the monkey? I like that. Tame the monkey. That's very good. That's a wonderful suggestion. Cutest, most nervous dungeon master. Okay, I think that's all the suggestions we're getting. So I'm going to last call for suggestions. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No more. Here goes the poll up. For those of you who are new, you can just type the number in chat and you will vote on the poll. You can vote for more than one, of course, but you have to agree. If we end up with a tie, your character does nothing, time will progress forward. So on. Everybody wants to tame the monkey. They finally love the monkey. Nobody wants to spray water at the monkey? I'm surprised. 2. Talk to monkey. K-Bine is cautious. K-Bine says that maybe we should talk to the monkey first. Oh, I see a little dispute happening. Name him George. Afraid the monkey already has a name. The monkey is called Chimpanzee. I know it's very weird that it's a monkey, but it's called Chimpanzee. I didn't choose his name. Chimpanzee chose their name. Name them Jaws. I respect his autonomy. I do see that people are a little bit torn apart here on what to do. One is winning. I'll give you all maybe another 10 or so seconds to see if anybody wants to change their vote. If anybody wants to vote for the other one and talk to the monkey first. Okay, you can only vote once, unfortunately. Okay, I think that's all the votes we're getting for this one. I'm gonna close the poll. You want to try and tame the monkey? Alright. So, chat, what I'm gonna do is, for those of you, we do have our own real dice here. I'm gonna roll for how well you can tame the monkey. Now, I know your stats. You don't need to worry about it. But let me just tell you, your charisma is not good. For those who have been here a while, the last time you used charisma, you started a bar fight and you made everybody leave the tavern. Oh, goody, this is your first time playing DND? Welcome! This is a very simplified form of DND, but I am a professional dungeon master in real life, or game master in real life. So I will guide you through everything. Wait, ain't it animal handling? Yes, it's animal handling. Animal handling is determined by your charisma. So your animal handling, look, I'll be really kind. I say it's not minus off anything. I won't minus anything. But this monkey is super friendly. I will say it only takes a 10 to pass. So I'm gonna roll, for those who are new to D&D, I'm gonna roll this D20. Got 20 numbers on it. If you have a 10 and above, if you meet it, you beat it. So anything 10 and above, you manage to tame the monkey, alright? And I don't know if you can see chat, it's a little bit out of focus. You managed to get a 12. So just a little bit above average, not the greatest. You all look at the little monkey. And you know what? Throw out some suggestions. You chat, you're in control here. Tell me what you say to the monkey. Goody, of course. You shout out, new friend! And the monkey looks at you, chat, as you shout out, new friend. And it's going to jump out of the cupboard. It's gonna jump right on top of your head. And it's gonna sort of pat your head a bit. I don't know if you can hear that. Mark 1 food. The monkey's eyes light up the moment you said that. Now, you probably don't have any food, but the monkey is super excited now. It's on your head and it's jumping up and down. But, chat, as your monkey is sort of hugging you and jumping around you, hanging off your arms, and Bob, for those who don't know, Bob is a barbarian we picked up along the way. Bob loves cute animals, and he's very strong, but he's always been very scary to animals. Because he's so tall and strong that all the animals run away because they're scared. He comes over a little bit, but then he stops because he remembers that animals are afraid of him. So he doesn't want to ruin your moment. He's gonna stand back a bit and he's just gonna stay there. And you know, he's not really super sure, but he's happy. You can see he's sort of like clapping his hands a little bit. He really loves animals. I don't know if you were here earlier. We were talking about how Bob, in his village, he has this animal festival that goes on. But because he's so tall and scary, all the villagers told Bob, like, hey, Oh, did I get something? I'm sorry, I heard the sound of... Oh, Monkey Julian, thank you so much for following. Thank you, welcome to the Cosmic Roaches. But yes, Bob, in his hometown, he has this festival that celebrates all the cutest animals in the village. And all the villagers told Bob like, hey, you're nice, but you always scare the animals away, so can you just not participate in the festival? And Bob, being a very nice fellow, he says, okay, he's not gonna participate. So he just sits in his house whenever the festival happens. So he came to this tower to make a wish that he would be smaller so that he wouldn't scare off so many animals. That's why he came to this tower, and he's trying to reach the top of the tower and get his wish. We are also here trying to get our wish. Chat has said that their wish is to pat me again. So I disabled the pat emotes, so he can't pat me for the stream. Okay, sorry. That was a little backstory for those who are new. So, the monkey's on your head. Meteorite says, can we reach our arm to Bob? Just for the monkey to go to Bob as well. Well, we can certainly try. Okay. Guys, what do you want to do with Bob? Now, as you're voting on this, you guys notice as well that your little black cat, the cat that you got on the very first floor, it is kind of looking at the monkey and it's sort of turning its nose up to it. Doesn't seem very happy with the monkey. The monkey also looks down at the cat and it sticks out its tongue and goes, yeah. Reach out for... Okay, everybody wants to reach out for Bob. Everyone is extremely sweet. You guys are so wonderful. So you're gonna reach your hand out over to Bob. And you're gonna tell Bob, okay, Bob, come a little bit closer. So Bob is gonna move a bit closer. And you know what? You reach your arm out to him. The monkey climbs onto your arm. It sort of swings off your arm. And then it looks over at Bob. Sticks out its tongue in it. And once again it goes, yeah. And Bob looks at the monkey. For a second, he's a bit unsure. But then he very slowly, he kind of sticks his tongue out back at the monkey. And you see the monkey pause for a moment before it leaps from your arm onto Bob and it starts climbing him a bit like a tree. And Bob, as you look at Bob, right? You can't see his face because he's super tall. You see Bob start to shake a little. And at first you think that maybe Bob might be afraid of something, but as you look up, you see that he's kind of shaking out of happiness as this little monkey starts to sort of climb. I'm gonna make him a little bit smaller because he's a small monkey. He's not that big. He's gonna start climbing up to Bob, and he kind of disappears out of view because he's on top of Bob's head and he's super tall. But you see Bob is shaking out of happiness, and you do see up from above, almost like rain, a few teardrops fall from Bob onto the floor because he's so happy. He's never met a monkey before, and you can see that he's just so happy. He's crying a little bit. He quickly wipes the tears away though. He doesn't want you to think that he's sad, of course. See the mask word? Yes, so Bob is whispering because he has a mask on him that makes him only speak in whispers. And you just hear, thank you, friend. Thank you. It's the happiest day of Bob's life. The monkey's not gonna stay long though. It's sort of going to jump off his head and it's going to sit on the floor and look between all of you. And the monkey is gonna look at the cat. And he's just going to sort of point at the cat and shake his head a little bit. And then from out of nowhere, he pulls out this scroll. You don't know where he got it. I'm gonna tell you right now. You don't want to know where he got the scroll from. Where he was hiding it. And he opens it up, and on the scroll you see power policy. Only one pet at a time. So chat. Whatever mysterious rules govern this tower, you can only have one pet at a time. And the monkey, he's more than willing to join your adventure. In fact, he's super excited. You can see he's sort of jumping up, and you know he's formed a bond with Bob. And your little black cat, seeing this, is going to saunter over to where Bob is and sit by his feet and sort of lick, you know, like how cats just lick its paws and nuzzle up against Bob and purr. I wish I could purr. Penny unfortunately cannot purr very well. I will try. I can't think of it. I know it's like rolling your R's. I can't do it. I've seen people do it. I've asked them to teach me how to purr, but it's never worked. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to. The cat is purring much cuter than this. Yes. So. You can only have one pet at a time, chat. Now you must decide. What pet should you have? You keep the cat? Or do you take the monkey? Or you know, dismiss both. So chat, sacrifices must be made. I will say you will encounter various pets through this floor. Most of them will be based off my lovely streamer friends. Like Chimpanzee is definitely one of them. Our cat is based off my athletic friend, Stray Black, which I will give a shout out right now. They're on a little bit of a hiatus, but they are a lovely VTuber as well. If it's a dragon, we take dragon, says Julian. If it's a dragon, they will also have perks. I see one for the monkey. Then maybe there's a dragon pet, who knows? But they all have their own uses. So they might come in handy here and there. Black, of course. Black, who we already have. Their special ability is they can. Oops, the pole is in the way. Let me move the pole so you can actually see what you're gonna miss out on. So Black, of course, he has his cat claw. He can run really fast once per stream, and the special thing he can do is he can sniff out the weaknesses of people. You don't know what the monkey has, but I think I don't need to tease you with that because everybody wants to take the monkey. Which, you know what? More than fine. So chat, you look to your monkey friend and you think, okay, you're not doing this because you want Black to go away, of course, and we don't want that. It's because Black has been injured. Because he was injured during the last fight with all the goblins. So he's gonna take a bit of a rest now. And you know what? Black, no hard feelings. He's a cat. He's going to meow at you. And he's going to saunter off into the portal. And you know he'll be safe. Saunters off in the portal, he disappears. So your kitty Black is going to disappear for the time being. He's gonna disappear. And he's going to be replaced by... let me see. Can I make it so that you don't see all the other animals? Yes, I'm going to black out the stream for a moment so I can get your other animal in, and then we'll see what he does. This music is from Monkey Boy. So let me just copy that over. Oops. All of this is done by Fire Alpaca, by the way. It's not Roll20, it's not those fancy DND softwares. I don't have those, I'm afraid. Not yet, anyway. Alright. Here we go. Sit down to the proper place. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you for being so patient, my lovely chat. So, you now have obtained yourself a monkey. And what can this monkey do? Chimpanzee, of course, he can use his monkey paw to smack. I hope that didn't get to smack anybody that's in their way. So that they do 1 damage. They also have 2 hearts. The special abilities, they can climb nearly anything, and once per stream, they can try to find friends. What does that mean? I don't know. You'll have to find out. So of course, you now have your lovely chimpanzee, and he's going to stay with you, and he's going to just continue climbing onto Bob, and you can see Bob is really happy. But you still haven't managed to solve the puzzle of this room, even though you have made a lovely new friend, which you wouldn't have made if you hadn't decided to open cupboard number 3. So congratulations on that. I have a doubt. Can we, the monkey and Bob, the Black the cat, one pet at a time. Dungeon policy, I'm afraid. But don't worry, Black the cat is alright. There are... K-Bite says they're injured, so we abandoned them. They're injured, so you decided to very lovingly tell them, please go and get some rest, Black. And Black is gonna say, alright, he's going to go. Alright, but you're still stuck in this room, chat. Nothing has changed yet. Then your monkey is with you now. You now have a lovely new companion. I am going to change the music back down into something a little more thinking. Thinking wise? Helps you think? What would you like to do now? Can we wild shape? Unfortunately, you are not a druid. You are a wizard turtle. But that's a very lovely idea. If you were a druid, absolutely, I would let you wild shape, Julian. And who knows, maybe you'll meet a druid along the way. But for now, you are a wizard turtle. A turtle is a turtle race. So of course, I'll give you some suggestions as always, but please let me know in chat what you would actually love to do. See, let me close my pool. Let me bring that. There we go. Okay, so chat, you could open the cupboards. You could continue opening cupboards. You never know what you might find. Can we level up in this tower? So yes, I would say yes, you can level up. This is a very simplified version of DND, so it's a little bit hard to put everything into DND into this, but I will do my best to make sure you experience as much as you can. Thank you for asking. That's a very good question. How we search the rest of the cupboards. Everyone seems to want to search the rest of the cupboards, so I will I'll put it up there. Anything else? Can we have subclasses? Oh, you are very are you sure this is your first time playing D&D? Because you're asking some really good questions that usually only experts ask. So you're actually asking very wonderful questions. We did pick our... So there was a character creation stream where everybody created this lovely wizard turtle over here. This is your first time? It's amazing. You're asking some really good questions and it's your first time. Subclasses... I will see on that, because this is again very simplified, but you're asking good questions that I should think about as well. As of now, don't worry too much about it, just have fun. All right, and you know, play real D&D. This is very simplified, so there's like not as many things here. I would love to run even more in-depth one, but that might take too much. That might need actual people in the scene. Alright, I'm gonna up the rest of it. I'm going to move the poll back to the middle again. Again, feel free to ask me questions, by the way, if anybody else has any questions about D&D or, you know, just things in general. Because you're gonna get D&D today, a few books. That's amazing, Julian. I do advise play it first before you get the books, because there's tons and tons of books out there. So play first, have a bit of fun with it first, and find some games that suit you, and then you can get some books. Because, you know, there's so many books, it's good to decide like what you like about it before you get into it. But you can never go wrong with Dragons of Stormwreck Isle, of course. As I said before, this is just a bit of an introduction to the people who are new in chat. I am a professional DM on the side. I do take clients, players. I do take players outside professionally, and I do DM for them. This is my first time DMing online, so it may be a little bit scuffed, but I'll do my best. Alright, everybody seems to be into opening 4. Opening 4, yes. And did I see somebody want to open 3? 3 has already been opened. Alright, everybody wants to open 4. Lovely. So, with Bob and Chimpanzee, just it ain't scuffed. It's magic the Noah style. I don't know that reference. I'm sorry. So you are going to make your way over to cupboard number 4. And cupboard number 4, as you open it, it's a much simpler cupboard. It creaks open slowly. And inside the cupboard, you find some unusual things. So in this cupboard, find small statue. Let me make it a bit brighter. Zoom in. Find a small statue of an ant. Alright, it's a small ant on a it's like a miniature ant. You also find a little plaque. On this plaque is what looks like a animal print. So there's that. You also find a small crystal. Okay, I'm gonna say it's a very light blue crystal. You know, it's like nothing fanciful. It's not like a gem. It's just one of those kind of normal crystals you see out in the world. Okay, let me draw it a little bit better for you. Okay, I'll make it a more stereotypical crystal. Okay, you find this crystal over here. And lastly, you also find a statue of a little man. And oh, sorry, not lastly. You also find a pair of scissors. Yes. That's what you find. There's quite a lot of things in cupboard number 3. It's almost like a junk drawer, honestly. Hello, is Mitch here? Hello, Mitch. Welcome to the stream. We're just playing. Mostly we're playing Magic. We're not playing Magic. We're playing DND. I do know how to play Magic. I'm very bad at it. Do we have an inventory? Very excellent question, Goody. We do. I hope you don't mind that I call you Goody. Please let me know if you prefer a different name. Alright? I try to remember the names of everybody in chat. But I'll call you Goody for now. If you don't like it, you can just change it to... So you do have an inventory. Would you like to add all these items into your inventory? I'll do it for you. Don't worry. And then you guys, you can discuss what you guys want to do, and I'll just add all of these items in for you. So discuss while I do admin. And statue. And statue. Oh, crystal. I'll make it a bit smaller so that everybody can see afterward. Oh, crystal. Animal print. Scissors and statue. Okay, and I'll just make your inventory a little bit so you can see everything that you have. This is everything you have currently. Yes, chat. Next question, is there a limit to what you can carry? Don't worry, I'll let you know if you ever reach your limits. Wait, is this a Google slideshow? No, this is not... you can see my V bridge. This is not a Google slideshow. This is actually... if you look at the top corner over here is fire alpaca. I'm doing this in a drawing software. I know Google Slides can also do this, but I like this because it gives me freedom to draw. Yeah, feel free to ask questions about anything. I'm more than happy to answer. But yes, that's all the things you find in that cupboard. I'm sorry, that's not Google Slides. Yes, what else would you like to look up? I should say, I will search up the Noah thing on YouTube at some point. I should say, I don't know what I was gonna say. I lost my train of thought. Oh, what would you like to do, chat? Can I take the scissors? You have the scissors in your inventory. I put everything into your inventory. I'm just gonna assume you guys are hoarders. I think that's a good thing. I can see we have a human statue. This is similar to the man statue. The human statue is the... Oh, I'm so sorry. I put that twice. That's my fault. Sorry, this human statue is the man statue. Just put it twice. I'm sorry. And statue... Okay, you have everything. What weapon do you have equipped? You don't have any weapons. You are a wizard, so you can do firebolt. You have firebolt. Probably listen to the story Bob was telling us about his village. Oh, that's very sweet. Alright, I'll start putting the suggestions into the actual chat. So I have listen more to Bob. You want to hear more of Bob's story? That's one suggestion. Mitch says, I see Nyeh. Yeah, you have a little monkey following you now. You could examine any of the items as well. Meteorite says, open the rest of the drawers. Okay, I see that as well. Can I ask the monkey if I can cut his hair? I will put that in. Ask the monkey. You can cut his hair. Bye-bye, Mitch. Thank you so much for coming in. Any more suggestions from anybody? Have fun with your art. Let me see. Open the rest of drawers. Do you still want to examine the human statue? You could examine any of the items. You just let me know. If there's no more suggestions, I will put the poll up. So far, we have listen to Bob's story. Open the other drawers. Ask the monkey if he can cut his hair. I will give you a little bit more. Let's see what else we could do. I think that's all. My brain isn't thinking as much. Give the monkey a mohawk. I'll put that in with asking about the haircut. Ask Bob if I can punch the tree main. If he can punch the tree statues. Ooh, that's interesting. You are playing DND now, goody. Ask Bob to punch the pedestals. Alright, let's go. I love those suggestions. I assume you mean pedestals, which are the 3 stone pedestals that have the numbers on them. Puss in Benzie. He did give me permission to use his likeness as a monkey, but I don't know if he expected to to be tortured as such. 1 and 4. Oh, are we having our first ever split poll? Are people unsure? Oh my gosh, everybody has different things that they want to vote on for. And just to let you know, if you do want to invite any of your friends to come and play D&D with us and try and sway the poll into the results that you want, please feel more than free to. I always love having more people to DM for. And we go for 3 hours today. So whatever happens, I will stop it in... Oh gosh, we've been going... You know what? I'll stop it when we leave this room. Hopefully, within time. Mohawk. Jillian wants to give the monkey a mohawk. So badly. I do see people want to listen to Bob's story. I'll give it another few seconds. See if anybody wants to sway the vote. I'll do a little countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, ooh, 3, 2, 1. Alright, the vote didn't really sway, but we did get more people voting. Everybody wants to listen more to Bob's story. Wonderful. Actually, let me put on some nostalgic music for this. I think this is pretty good. I've listened to this one before. Yes, do let me know if the music is ever too loud or too soft. So, with nothing much, you're not quite sure what to do with the things you have found. So you decide that you want to come over and you want to learn more about your companion Bob. So you met Bob down on the first floor of the tower in the gift shop. It's a very strange tower. And you know what? He came up to you when you had your black cat, and he was really interested in petting your black cat. And he told you that he wanted to come up into the tower because he heard that your greatest wish can be granted at the top of the tower. And he wanted to be smaller so that he could pet cute animals and not scare them. And he's told you a little bit that there used to be this festival in this village. Thank you so much for the hydrate. I will drink a bit. Don't spray me too much. Thank you so much for the hydrate indeed. So, Bob did tell you that yes, there was a festival where they would celebrate the cutest of animals, and they told him to stay away because he would scare the animals. He was too huge. And in all honesty, Bob doesn't know why he's so large. You see, in his humble village, Bob was raised by his grandmama, his grandmother, who he loves very, very much. And he tells you, yeah, once this is all done, he's gonna go back and take care of his grandmother. He's been raised by her his whole life. And he was loved by her very, very deeply. But he also really loved animals. But ever since he was a young boy, he was different from the rest of the villagers. He grew much faster. He was always so much stronger, so much bigger. And for a little bit, people were awed by that. You know, his strength was amazing. But then they started getting scared. Because, you know, it's scary to be around somebody who can crush rocks with their hands, who can tear down trees if they wanted to. And suddenly Bob's strength wasn't so great anymore. Now it was scary, it was terrifying. It scared Bob as well because he wasn't sure what if he accidentally hurt someone. What if he accidentally hurt his grandmother while he was helping her get out from a seat one day or something. So he stopped being so close to people because he didn't want to hurt them. Animals were the only thing that sort of were always around him. He grew up in a bit of a farmstead, so he was surrounded by things like cattle and horses, and for a time being, they were his only friends because horses and cattle and animals, they are very strong animals themselves, so they weren't afraid of him. But eventually, Bob grew up, and as he grew up, he only got stronger and stronger and bigger, and over time, even the animals got afraid of him because he was just intimidating. So they stayed away from him, and Bob was completely alone. He only had his grandmother who never judged him. And all the villagers, they just avoided him. They didn't want to bully him, they didn't want to make friends, they didn't want anything to do with Bob. Bob was just scary. So they left Bob alone. And Bob thought that maybe that would be his life. Because he didn't want to go out and be a ruthless barbarian, you know? He didn't want to hurt people. He just wanted to help people and be surrounded by cute animals. But he thought that that was impossible and he would have to live his whole life through being alone. Until one day, he heard about this mysterious tower far off in the distance from a traveling merchant. And the merchant told him, like, whatever you wish, it can come true. And Bob, he asked the merchant, anything at all? The merchant said, yes, of course, anything at all, anything you want. And Bob's greatest wish that he is now telling to you is not really that he can... It's not really so that he can pet animals or that he can make friends with people. That's all included. He wants to wish to be smaller to make friends with people. He wants to wish to be smaller to be friends with the animals and to not hurt his grandmother. But the main reason why he wants to wish to be smaller and not so strong is because he wants to wish not to be himself. Because he doesn't like who he is. He doesn't like that at any moment he could hurt someone. He doesn't like that he's so scary. He doesn't like that he's somebody that people are just naturally afraid of. But as he's telling you this, he kind of kneels down, he sits down on the ground. And he says that you're the first person who wasn't immediately afraid of him. You asked him to come with you up onto this adventure without ever even knowing him. And, you know, maybe that's because he looks strong. Who knows? But you were the first person to actually just talk to him. And, you know, that he trusted him to pet your cat. And now trusts him with your pet monkey. And even though he still plans to wish himself to be smaller and all that, you know what? I think he likes himself a little bit more because you like him. Bob takes a breath. He sort of, the monkey on his shoulder kind of peeks a little bit. It just continues to climb on top of him. Bob dusts himself up. He stands up, full height. And he says, thank you for listening to him. Of course, still whispering because he has the mask on. Thank you, friend, for being friend. And then he says that we probably should get back to the rest of the room. So you guys get up and yeah, you decide it's time to get back to the rest of the room and try and figure out how to get to the top of the tower so that you can achieve your dream. And of course, Bob can achieve theirs. So I'm going to move us back along. Right, but that was Bob's story. Thank you so much for listening. Can we give Bob the biggest hug? You know what? I'll give it to you for free. You come over and you hug Bob. And Bob, he doesn't hug you back, not because he doesn't want to, but just because he doesn't want to hurt you. But you hug Bob. And you can tell that he But you're now back into the room and you have still trying to figure out how to get out of this room. Okay, but I'm immediately into it. Search the other cupboards. Alright. Okay, any other suggestions? I'm looking in chat. Back to looting. Okay, I am going to... I know, I'm sorry I didn't say earlier in chat, but I hope that Julian is having a good time walking their dog. Yep. Alright. Back to looting indeed. Oh, hello, Amoy May. Welcome to the stream. I don't know if you might have just missed Bob's backstory. We had a very, very nice backstory with Bob. We asked him more about how he came to be. If anybody wants to catch a Moime up, then feel more than free to. I don't mind. I don't mind if you guys do recaps. Alright, you dust yourself up and you decide you're going to look in cupboard number 3. So you walk over, or sorry, cupboard number 2. You walk over to cupboard number 2 and you give it a little open. And inside this cupboard, you find that it's full of various things, just like cupboard number 3 was. Inside, you find a few other things. I'm gonna put it in blue. You find a mask, sort of like a full face mask. All right. You find a tiny, it's like a toy bow and arrow, not a real one, just a toy bow and arrow. Right. You also find a blank scroll. So it's just a blank scroll, nothing on it. And you also find, let me see, you find a tiny elephant statue. Can't draw elephants. Let me start over. Find a tiny elephant statue. I know it's not a good elephant. Just believe that it's a good elephant. Let's see. Yes, that's all you find. That's all you find inside this cupboard. And I'll put it into your inventory straight away. But you can sort of figure out. Well, welcome back, Julian. Welcome back. Yes. So this you've decided to open cupboard number 2. You find a mask, a toy bow and arrow. Can we give the toy bow and arrow to the monkey? You can. What's in the cupboard? Toy bow and arrow, an empty scroll, and an elephant. I'm going to I'll duplicate inventory and just. So you find a mask, toy bow and arrow. I will change the music in a moment. Elephant statue. And an empty scroll. Can we write magic on the scroll? Yes, you can write magic on the scroll. You only know firebolt at this moment, though you could make it a scroll of firebolt. Is it a real mask? Yes, so if you examine the mask, it's like a cloth mask in your hands. Kind of like the masks that like a ninja would wear, maybe. These are the items that are on your person. I look forward to trying to figure this one out. It's a real mask. You can just ask me questions about it. I'll answer it straight away. You can write magic on the scroll if you wanted to. That we'll check whether you're able to. If that's what you really want to. Can we wear the mask to match with Bob? The mask that you have in your hand is very different. You can still wear it if you want. But it's not the same as the one that Bob has. Because Bob has a golden mask that you guys put on him that only allows him to speak in whispers. And this is like a cloth mask, so they will look very different. Can I write fireball on the scroll? You can. We can do an arcana check if that's all you want to do. Are there any more suggestions for what you want to do? Anything that you like. Bob does come over and he asks like, what are you guys doing? Alright, I'll give it to you for free because does everyone want? Does anybody not want to search drawer 1? Is anybody afraid of what drawer 1 might contain? You've gotten lucky so far. You're gonna continue getting lucky. Put it into a pool. I say a lot of things. I'm just your friendly dungeon master. Nothing bad will happen. K1 says one, we're not scared. Does it stack if I write fireball on the scroll? No, it doesn't. Shall we? I'm not gonna let you get overpowered so easily, but that's a good question to ask. It's just not stack. You only get one use of it. I can't let you get too powerful, or else this would be too easy. Imagine if it's just the word fireball and not the spell. I wanted a nuke. If you wanted to do that, you need a whole spell book. Or you need multiple scrolls. It's possible if you have. It's been done before, I'm sure you know. But you need like a whole spell book with multiple pages to write it on. Or you need, you know, many scrolls or stacks. Surely you write magic missile, not fireball. Ah! Alright, everybody wants to scroll one. You guys decide, okay, let's just open all the cupboards. You know, see what the room has to offer. So you go towards cupboard number 1 and you pull it open. It opens up nice and neat, and inside cupboard number 1 you find an ancient's note, and I'm gonna read it out for you guys right now. let me put on my best voice. Yep. To whoever is reading this, please get out of my tower. I'm sick and tired of you adventurers trespassing into my home as you please. You lot might be very proficient in defeating the natural defenses that exist in my tower. So let's see how you do with something that's needs a bit more of a mindful touch. This is me calling you stupid. Anyhow, enjoy being stuck here forever, and think about how you'll never pet anyone ever again. Yours sincerely, the wizard. Now, this is not me calling you stupid, chat. I would never do that. It's the wizard. Yes, you can leave the tower, but Bob will stay behind because Bob wants to achieve his dreams of, you know, becoming smaller so he can pet animals. And he will be a bit sad that he's lost his first friend. Bob is staying. Bob wants to achieve his dreams. We are sliming the wizard out. Well, if you don't want the wizard to win, you're gonna have to figure we're never leaving Bob. Oh, Bob is Bob is so touched that you guys are here. And you know what, Bob tells you that you're not stupid. You're the smartest person I know. And in a whisper, of course. But never pet anyone again, that's too much. Exactly, if you wanna unlock your ability to pet cats and animals and petting again, you're gonna have to reach the top of the tower. I promise it won't last forever. There will be a top. You will reach the top at some point. Nothing else in the cupboard. Nope, nothing else in the cupboard. Only that note. Everything else is already opened up for you. What would you guys like to do? Bob does look at all of the things that you've gathered and said, maybe we should put some of them on the pedestal. And you can do that, but the pedestal is so small that it can only hold one thing at a time. Can you place things next to the pedestal? Yes, I can give it to you for free. You can gather up all the items and you can put it next to the pedestal, but it's not gonna do anything because you're putting it next to the pedestal, not on the pedestal. You can put things on the pedestal, but there's only room for one item at a time. Once more, the pedestals. I'm gonna do my. I love making the pop sound. I'm gonna once again, the pedestals. There are They are just normal pedestals with numbers on them. Is it like the size? Yeah, so the pedestals are very small. You could definitely put something on them, but there's only enough room for at least one thing. Like the elephant statue is a small statue, but the pedestal only has room for it. And statue, human statue, elephant statue. Statues, can we place them on the pedestals? Pedestals, I love that spelling. How would you want to place them? Let me make it easier for you. Alright? So everybody seems to want to place it on the pedestal. So sure. Is that all? Oops. Note to self: prepare these poles before I add statue, human statue, crystal, animal, paw print, scissors, mouse, toy bow, and arrow. Okay. Alright. Put up. Okay, you can't see the question because the pole is so big. But let me make the pole a little bit smaller so that you can see what the question is. There we go. The paw print thing is just like a plaque with a paw print onto it. It's just a plaque with a paw print to it. It's an animal paw print. You don't know what animal it is, you could examine it to see further. Sorry, hang on. Let me also leave the option. Let me leave the option, so sorry. Let me leave the option as well to not place anything. In case we have people who say that, no, you shouldn't place anything on it. In the process of also playing D&D, by the way, I'm gonna train you guys to be the smartest chat in the world. Your chat's gonna be so smart, they're gonna be able to solve any D&D riddle that's out there. And I'll also encourage you to do. Can I cast Fireball on the pedestals? You can! You can, if you want to. You can choose that you don't want to place anything here, and then we'll go out of this and I'll make a poll that says cast Fireball on the pedestals. Yeah. You can do anything you want, the world is your oyster. As long as it makes sense. Please don't say you want to fly when you don't have wings. Place Fireball. Okay. I'll take the top two options here and then I'll run another poll. I'll give it 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alright, I'm gonna take the top three options. Which is... don't want to get rid of this, but fine, I'll get rid of. Let's see you. So you guys chose the human statue, and also okay. I give you all a few more options since you chose the human statue, but a few of you are still a bit divided. So I'll simplify it. These are the ones that you chose to do. I see the split. The turtle's mind is torn asunder as the voices in its head start to argue. Should we place the statue on the pedestal and see what happens? Or perhaps we just firebolt it. You know, if it's made of magic, maybe it'll respond to magic. Or maybe... who knows what will happen? Nobody knows. I know, but I'm not gonna tell you guys until you decide what you're gonna do. Or we break the tower. You can try and hit the walls. I'll let you know now, it's solid stone. I don't think you're gonna break through it. Do you guys like I'm gonna run DND streams maybe every 2 weeks. I don't know if I'll change the timing and the day so it's a bit more convenient for everyone. Do let me know if you guys want it to be on like a weekend instead of in the middle of the week. Or if you want it to be at an earlier timing. But yeah, just to do a little bit of advertising while everyone is deciding. We do have a Discord. So if you're 18 plus and above, feel free to join our Discord where we have, you know, a bunch of lovely things. We can't break through it, but maybe Bob can. Maybe he can. Oh, thank you. Wait. Julian, you just subscribed it. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I don't have alerts on. Thank you so much, Julian, for subscribing with Twitch Prime. That means a lot to me. Thank you so much for supporting Tenny. Oh no, I look angry. Because my toggles are on my number pads, which I need to switch. Thank you so much for subscribing. It means a lot to me. I'm trying to grow as a VTuber right now. So it's very helpful. Thank you so much. I'm sorry I don't have more for subscribers. I get more. Oh, okay. Thank you and welcome to the Cosme Roaches. I mean, you guys are all already part of the Cosme Roach. Place the human statue. All right. I think everyone's on the consensus. You want to be a bit more cautious, despite the voices in your head saying to firebolt the pedestal. The wizard turtle. He feels these voices tearing up at him. He holds back. He says, "Okay, I'm not gonna do that just yet. I wanna place statue first." So he goes up to number 2. From his bag, he takes up the human statue. And he very carefully places it onto the pedestal. The pedestal sinks just a little bit. There's a small ticking sound. And then suddenly, there's a loud explosion. Throws your wizard turtle backwards. And as you're thrown backwards, you feel this searing heat burn through you. And it burns so very, very painfully. That afraid. You get hurt. You get injured. You lie on the floor gasping for breath. Now, you're not dead yet. Don't worry. In DND, you don't die straight away. I do see an ad starting soon, which is really bad timing. You're not dead yet. Not dead yet. I'll tell you exactly how you can get out of this right now. Because in DND, you don't die straight away. Yes, Julian is more than correct. He has a death saving throw. But because Bob is also there, he will also try and stabilize you. An advertisement is starting really soon, so I'm trying to speak quickly, but I might not get through it before the ad starts. I'm sorry, those who don't... CPR. Okay? I will let you know that Bob is gonna come over. He's gonna rush over to you. Let's get Bob. Too many... But Bob, please. Bob is gonna rush over. He's gonna try to protect you. Oh no, the ads have started. I will wait until they're over. People can come and see. Bob's gonna put pressure on our wounds. I'll wait for the ads. The ads are finishing really soon. I'm sorry that is going on. Alright, the ads are over. Everyone's back. Hello. Okay, you haven't missed anything. I was waiting for all of you. So, Bob, he stands over, he rushes over quickly, and he stands over you. But his hands are shaking because he's looking down at you and he's seeing that the front of your chest, right? It's called a palestrine for turtles. Palestrine, I think. It's just completely blackened by soot, by this explosion that tossed you backwards. And you're breathing very shallowly as you lie on the floor, very injured from your previous fight. He stands above you, hands shaking, and you can see that he wants to help you. But a part of him is very afraid. Like, he's so strong. What happens if he crushes you or he injures you further? But you know what, Bob can't just let you die. You're his first friend in the longest time. So Bob is gonna try his best to be as gentle as possible. And he's gonna try to stabilize you. Right? Anything above a 10 passes. Oh my gosh! My god! Wow! Alright. I need good music for this. Hold on. I need like epic. I need epic music for this. Let's go, Bob! Epic music, play. Oh, it's not epic enough. It's not. Why is it so slow to start? They lie. This isn't epic. I need like life-saving epic music. You know what? Good enough. We'll go with this. We'll go with this kind of music. Bob leans over you, hands shaking, and okay, I'm gonna keep it clean for everyone because I know some people might not be comfortable with mouth to mouth. He leans over you and he gently presses his hands down against the front of you, trying to find a wound, trying to find something that he can staunch or that he can stop from bleeding. And he's not sure. It looks like the explosion rattled you so much that whatever is happening is just internal. But Bob can't lose you. Not after he told you everything about himself. Not after he was so vulnerable with you. Not after you came and became his first real friend and you hugged him and he wanted to hug you and now he can never hug you because he's so afraid that he's losing you in this moment. He presses his hands against the front of your shell, and he just whispers, "Please don't go, friend. Friend, don't go." And through his pleas, you see very weakly past him. You see little monkey that was on his shoulder. It sort of leaps down, and it also presses his paws against your front of your shell, and then it makes a little chittering sound, a little chittering monkey sound. And from out of nowhere, its tail suddenly reveals a health potion. It reveals a health potion. It looks up at Bob and it stretches its tail out to Bob. And Bob, with shaking hands, he grabs this health potion from the monkey's tail. He uncorks it, like opens it up. And he isn't sure whether to pour it on the wound or to pour it into your mouth. So very shakily, you can see that he's shaking over the health potion is kind of threatening to spill out. He pours it over your wound. And then he pours a little bit into your open mouth. And you feel this warmth skate around you. As you cough. and you come back up with get my you manage to heal back up to 1, and you stand up again and you take in a deep breath. You're back up. You're alive once more, thanks of course to Bob and the monkey, who happened to have a health potion because Bob rolled a natural 20 and willed it into existence. But without Bob, then the monkey probably wouldn't have known what to do, would have panicked as well. So Bob being so taken aback and so afraid of losing you, his strength is what convinced the monkey to share with you its last health potion. Because it was gonna use it for itself, because you know what, you gotta look out for yourself. That's alright. But now you can see, my dear chat, what happens if you make the wrong choice. So be very, very careful. Proceed. Because if you do die, I will not shirk the rules. I will not give you plot armor. I will just let you go. Okay? And then we continue the story with just Bob. Bob will be alone. The monkey has a bag of holding. He does not. He does not have a bag of holding. I cast fireball. Wonderful. You guys are still alive. You're still up. But there are no more handouts here. You roll a natural 20, you're extremely lucky. If you don't manage to beat the death saving throws next time, that's it. Alright, that's how D&D goes. Gotta stay living. Exactly. So, from atop the statue... From atop the pedestal, you see the human statue kind of falls down to the ground. And it just lays on the ground. And you can pick it up, you can get it. You have to make a new PC. Or I can get, yeah, or continue to Bob, but your current adventure is over. So, chat. Shall I give you guys a hint? There is a logic to... You already cast Detect Magic. So Detect Magic, it will tell you the same things. That the cupboards had some magic in them, and the door is wired up to the pedestal. So you will detect the same things. You won't detect anything new. Good try though, good try. I will say there is a logic to this. This is a puzzle, chat. I did not make this puzzle willy-nilly. I did make it with a logic. There is a logic to this. But you have to figure it out. What is the answer to this riddle? Now. As a monkey, he was here longer. I'll give it to you for free, the monkey. The monkey. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna make you roll for that. I like that suggestion. Next time we play something, can we use Bob as a human shield? Yes, you can, but Bob will be hurt. You know, I'm gonna take that you're asking the monkey for help. And I'm gonna say anything above a 5. I'll be kind. Anything above a 5, you can help. Monkey looks at you uncertain. It seems he's not convinced. He already had to give you a peach health potion. Is there anything you can share to convince the monkey? Or you could try something else. You know, there are multiple ways to solve this. Don't give up, chat. I know you can do it, and you're gonna feel so good when you do it. I know you can do it. The monkey kind of looks a bit lost. He's not really sure. Do we have banana? No, we don't have banana. That's all you have in your inventory. But the monkey does look at the gold that you have. The monkey rubs their paws together, and they look at the gold you have, and they are very, very interested in the gold that you have. Those are your life savings. What would you guys like to do? It's really exciting watching all of you. Yeah, you guys are really good at playing D&D, by the way, I should say. I know people are always wondering like, what do you mean good at playing D&D? There's such a thing. As a professional GM, there are players, and all players will eventually be good players. But there are players that are very good at playing D&D, and you guys are amazing at playing D&D. I see bribery. You could try to play something else on the statues. You know what? You can discuss, check, and figure it out. I'm sure you can. Bob is kind of standing by there. He's still shaking a bit. He doesn't want to hug you because he's afraid of hurting you again. But he's standing there and he's glad that you're okay. You see that he can't hug you, so he's kind of let me see. Bob can't hug you, so he kind of puts his hands out, and he just lays them flat in front of him, kind of like a surrender. And you know that's like his version of a hug. Hands out flat, as if he's going to hug you, but he's not going to because he doesn't want to. Are a squishy torture. I bribe the monkey for everything. Certainly can. Bribe the monkey. I will say, if you choose to bribe the monkey, you've already used detect magic. So it will tell you the same thing. It's just that these general things all have magic on them. Yes, and you can only use it once per floor. So you've already used it, so you can't use it again. I will say, if you give your gold to the monkey, you will not see this gold again. I'm very frank, you will not see this gold again if you give this gold to the monkey. We can figure it out without help, surely. This K-Barn. If he dies, can we loot his corpse? If monkey dies, wait, I'm very nice to pets, okay? When the pets die, they run off. If pets are dead, they will run off. If they die in battle, they will be dead, and then they will be magically taken away. They will be if they do die in battle, they will be actually like gone, and then they will be taken away by the tower's magic. You cannot loot your monkey's corpse. You cannot loot your pet corpses. Nobody. Okay, you don't want to give the monkey the gold. You guys are smart enough. You can figure it out on your own. I believe in you. Did they drop the gold? No, they take it all. Either if they die outside of combat, they run away. If they are in combat and they get hurt, they will be whisked away by the tower. Alright. Nobody wants to bribe the monkey. You know what? Smart choice. I'm sure you guys can figure it out yourself. I'll give you a hint. Think. What could the numbers 2, 5, and 0 mean? Okay, what can the numbers 2, 5, and 0 mean? You see Bob is counting on his hands as well. He's trying to figure it out. He's looking at his fingers. He's like 2, 5, 0. What could they mean? You know, he's just standing there counting on his fingers. Can we put crystal on 0? You certainly can. And run before explosion. The explosion is unavoidable. It's instant. Yeah, anyone in close proximity will get baboomed. But you want to put the crystal on 0. Okay. Can the monkey throw it? Smart choice. Okay, let's first decide whether you want the crystal to be on 0, and then we'll decide like how you guys want to put it there, alright? Everybody else is unsure. I see that one person wants to put it on the crystal, but the rest of the voices, they don't know. Meteorite's not sure, but they say 1 sure. You got to experiment. K-Ban, you were so confident, but where has it gone? If you don't want it, make sure to vote no. If you stay silent, then the voices that say yes will take over, right? Can we hide in our shell? Aww. Alright, let's decide this first. I think there's no other decisions for this, so I'm gonna say you guys have decided yes. Now I'm gonna decide how do you place it. I saw earlier there was use Bob as shield. Make monkey throw it. Hide in shell. Alright, any other suggestions for how you want to place it? I can just place it normally if you're very confident. So yeah, I think that's the right choice. I'll let monkey throw it. Bob has more health just saying. K-Ban is like, let's sacrifice Bob. K-Ban, you know what? You're efficient. I like that. Sometimes you gotta have a voice in your head that's just efficient, you know? I will say, if the monkey's throwing it, I will roll a skill check. If the monkey doesn't throw it well, he's just gonna miss. You're gonna have to put it on there anyway. Yeah, actually, you know what? If the monkey misses, right, Bob will put it on there. Okay? May as well try to then. Alright, you're all in consensus. Okay, don't be afraid to vote differently as well. Because, you know, it's more than okay if you have a different idea from every other people. So, you're gonna give the crystal to the monkey. And anything above, let's say a 10. We'll make it very, very even. Anything above a 10, he manages to get it on the pedestal. Below a 10, he misses and Bob is gonna put it on. What is it? Oh, it's a 4. Okay. So, you guys give the crystal to the monkey. The monkey is excited. And the monkey isn't very well trained. He doesn't really understand what's going on. So he throws the crystal to Bob. And Bob being Bob, you know, he's gonna, oh, okay. Bob is going to make his way to 0 because he sees you looking at 0 and he thinks that, oh, you threw it to the monkey threw it to him. It must mean that you want him to put it on the statue. So he goes and he puts the crystal on the statue, and in a split second, faster than anyone can react, you hear as the statue sinks down. And then crystal gets thrown back towards Bob. He catches it. As above the statue, you see these glittering words. Let me make it more obvious. You see these words form above the statue. Draw. And then slowly fade away. Bob looks at you and he says, I don't think that was the right one, but we got something. He says in a whisper because he's, you know, he has the mask on. Something happened. It didn't explode. What does draw mean? So you guys have gotten some information. When you place the crystal on the statue with the number 0, it comes out as draw. Do with that what you will. And you see Bob is still there, and he's sort of like counting on his fingers again. 2, 5, 0, trying to figure it out, but he doesn't know. He's not sure. 2, 5, 0, draw. What is this mysterious riddle? Can we put the scissors on 0? Cause you use them when you make something, and most of the time you draw on the thing you cut. That's a good logic. Everyone agree? I'll put that in. Okay, so the voices in your head is having some, or probably scroll 0, no? What's going on, chat? We didn't make the fireball scroll yet. It's still an empty scroll. I haven't put that in as the option yet. Don't worry. If you guys want to put the scroll on, you just put no, alright? Okay, I'll let it run for about a minute. And then I'll build the one for the scroll. Okay, think consensus is no. We're not gonna put the scissors on anymore. I'm just holding my breath. It's really exciting to see all of you play. I'm sorry, I should be more talkative as a GM online. But you know what? A lot of the times, we just love sitting back and watching our players play the game because you guys are the most interesting part of D&D. Alright. So, the consensus was yes. Bob, he steps back. Because you tell him like, okay, no, I'm gonna put it on. So Bob steps back. He's gonna put the crystal back inside the cupboard first. Okay, and then you are going to step forward to pedestal 0. And you take the empty scroll. You place it on top of the pedestal. The pedestal sinks down. And you hear this soft grinding gear at the back of it. And then you see the pedestal light up in green. And with your magic, because you detected magic earlier, you feel that it sends out a pulse of magic into the door. Whatever it is different from the rest of the magic. So, my dear chat, what would you like to put on the rest of the pedestals? I think some of you might have gotten it, but if you have, would you love to explain it to the rest of the voices in your head? The rest of chat, of course. Or at least explain it to me. You know what do you think is going on over here? I'm really excited, just waiting for everyone to talk. It's not, I know it's not like the best stream because I'm just waiting for people to talk. Meteorite says crystal to 2 and scissors to 5. Goody says yes please, I don't get it. Meteorite, would you like to explain to Goody as well? What do you think is going on here? I'm not saying you're right, I'm just gonna ask like what do you think is going on here? Maybe you can explain to Goody, you can explain to the rest of the chat as well. I'd love to give you the spotlight. Meteorite says because this is rock, paper, scissors. How do you figure? How did you come up with that? If you would care to explain, I know I'm asking you to explain a lot, but if you would care to explain a little bit more, tell me your logic. Tell me how you've come to this conclusion. Like my chat is so it's so amazing. I love my chat a lot. I wouldn't be able to do anything without chat. I'm gonna assume that Meteorite is writing, so I'm stalling so that Meteorite can write. Goody asks, how do you know which pedestal to put it on? Meteorite says, I figured it out when crystal on 0 and is draw. Could you explain it to Goody? And to everybody. So what draw against 0? Why draw against 0, says Meteorite. I'll narrate. I'm gonna narrate all of Meteorite's thoughts. I'm gonna sound like a detective. Meteorite said, oh wait, let me scroll up so I can see. Meteorite's deduction. I figured it out when crystal on 0 and it's a draw. So what draws against 0? Why draw against 0? Why the numbers? It's elementary, Watson. I wish I had those chat boxes that show like people typing, cause it's, you know, in Discord you see the people are typing. So why the numbers, says me? Then old Asian way once flashback. I'm gonna wanna put it. Then an old Asian flashback to me. Use fingers. So alright, let's use our fingers. Oh, camera died. Camera has died. Camera has died. Monkey Julian says, oh yeah. Alright, so I was gonna show you on camera, but my camera didn't realize it was low on battery. Let me get it up. But Monkey Julian now jumps in as Meteorite explains, says, rock is fist, 0 fingers. Scissors is 2 fingers. Paper is 5 fingers. So yeah, it's the fingers when you play rock, paper, scissors. Okay, Vanus, we had high intellect all along. Do you guys think that's the right solution? Oh, sorry, I'm not silent. I'm not a she also. I'm sorry. I'm a tenant. Sorry, I was doing up the poll. Don't worry, nothing scary is happening. Nothing scary is happening. I just wanna see what's happening. Oh yeah. I didn't mean to scare anybody. I'm not scary, I promise. I promise. I'm not scary. 10A isn't scary at all. I still see there's a little bit of division, still not completely sure. But majority of chat, I'm gonna give it a countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Majority of chat is convinced. Alright, perfect. Okay. So, you believe you have worked it out. Isn't it just rock, paper, scissors? So, you naturally you do what you think is right. You take the scissors, you place it on the pedestal of 5, and you take the crystal and you place it on the pedestal of 2. And Bob places this. So Bob is over. You place down these 2 items at the same time on the pedestal. Wrong way around? Did I put it the wrong way around? You said crystal on the scissors on 2, rock on 5. You sure? Is that how you want to do it? I see some hesitation, I see some confidence. If you think I got it wrong, I can switch it around. I can retcon a little bit and say this is alright. I'm typing. I'm silent because I'm typing. I see some division. I see some uncertainty. Meteorite says rock against scissors 2 and scissors against paper 5. K-Ban says no. Goody boy says Goody says yes. And the pole are the same. No, it's not. There's scissors on 2. Oh wait, sorry. Sorry, I did it wrong. Sorry. Let me do it up again. Yep, alright, here's the correct one. I'm sorry. I'm bad with polls. I see division. The voices are split. The voices are uncertain. The voices are coalescing. They're coalescing on rock on 2, scissors on 5. Gonna give it 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alright? This is what we're going for. Okay, rock on 2, scissors on 5, so it doesn't change. You guys, okay, you've come to a consensus. This is all you guys collectively. Come to a consensus. You step up to the pedestal. You and Bob place down the items. You hear both pedestals click. Is there an explosion coming? Is it the right answer? The magic flows in through the pedestals. And you see the door ahead of you shakes. Then slides just enough to reveal your passageway forward into the next room. And that is where we're going to end today's session. You all did amazingly, can I say? You guys were amazing. You such awesome role playing, such amazing exploration, and of course being able to solve the riddle at the end. And I say yes, you guys were completely right. It was I was gonna say it was tic-tac-toe. No, it was scissors, paper, stone. Wait, scissors. Yeah, scissors, paper. Is that correct? Scissors, paper, stone. Is it scissors, paper, stone? Yes. It was the correct answer. And can I say as well, just to share with you, just to let you guys know, the other items in the room, the other items that you found were actually also all hints towards rock, paper, scissors. Yes, that's the correct one. Where all the other items in the room were actually clues as well. So rock, paper, scissors isn't rock, paper, scissors all around the world. There's actually a variation in where is it? So in Indonesia, it's called I'm gonna mispronounce it. It's called Suteng Sut Sat or something like that. And what they do is they don't play rock, paper, scissors. They play elephant, human, ant. Because elephant crushes ant. Elephant crushes human, human crushes ant, and frightens elephant. So that's one variation of rock, paper, scissors. There is another variation. I'm not sure where this one is from, but it's called Bear, Hunter, Ninja. So hunter shoots bear, bear eats ninja, ninja kills hunter. So all of these are variations of rock, paper, scissors. But only the traditional rock, paper, scissors will have worked because you guys were absolutely correct. The numbers were the hand signs. Don't be sad if you got it, if you didn't get it, because D&D is all about working together and coming up with solutions and figuring things out together. So you guys work together and you guys figure it out together. And so this is your win together, alright? Don't feel bad. D&D is just about having fun. Okay? You guys were absolutely amazing. I loved watching all of you just roll fun and you know it was good. It was fun. It was great. We will be having, when's the next session? So I actually plan to have it every 2 weeks at this timing. On this day, but I know a lot of people are busy on the weekdays, so I just want to ask quickly. I'm gonna do one last poll over here actually. Would you like for me to move it to a weekend? Or because I know weekends can also be busy for people. I'll do up a poll. I'll do more polls in my Discord and on my Twitter as well. Once more, for those of you who are not in the Discord, here is the link to the Discord. Please let me know if it doesn't work. You do have to be 18 plus to join it because we have things like not safe for work art channels for artists, and you know I let people curse in the Discord, everything, and I just want everyone to be super safe. But you can join the Discord and you can get updates on when I go live. I also have updates on my Twitter as well and my YouTube, where I will be editing this down into a lovely little video for everyone to see. Thank you so much for coming to play with me today as well. All the new people, Goody, Julian. I know I saw someone else. I'm missing somebody else. I'm so sorry if I missed anybody else. Yes, please tell me. Do you want me to move it to a weekend, or would you rather keep it to the same day? The poll is here now. Otherwise, please join my Discord. You can follow as well. 1 to 2 cause the time is great. 1 2 cause the time is 1. I'll do more polls. I'll try and figure it out. I might keep it the same day. Maybe put it a bit earlier for everyone, or maybe an hour later. I'm not sure yet. I'm still figuring things out. Yeah. If you guys want to keep up with me, weekend is better for people that are working during the week. That's true. So I might move it to a weekend, and yeah, I might move it to a weekend just to make it easier for people. I will try my best. I want to make it convenient for everyone. So I'm still figuring it out. So please be patient, Tene. But yes, if you want to see more of Tene, I don't just do D&D. I talk a lot about it. But I also do plushie making. I make plushes on this stream, and sometimes I just come on to chat with everyone. And I make a lot of YouTube stuff. So you can follow me here. You can follow me on YouTube. You can come to our Discord. We'd love to have you. You know, just come and hang out. I love super fun. It's really amazing. And D&D wouldn't be half as fun without all of you here just enjoying with me. And while I'm talking, I'm also gonna look for channels that I can raid. Cause you always try and raid somebody at the end of a stream. Find some we can raid today. Oh, I forgot to check D&D. Sorry, I'm just chat. But it's okay, I'll change it. Chimpanzees around! Okay, let's rate chimpanzee, and all of you can go and all of you can go and scold him for being a naughty monkey, or you know, you can thank him for having a health potion. But thank you so much. I see the poll. I will consider moving the weekend. Again, please follow me on my socials, on Twitter, Discord, and all the like. I hope to see everybody there. I'm gonna send you all on a raid now. And out for spending time with me. It was amazing. Hey everybody, take care of yourself. We're going off now. Bye bye. Tene out.